Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Jesse Showalter, and we are here. We are back and we are doing 36 days of typography. So in our XD challenge, we're going to be focusing a little bit on typography and doing some fun stuff today. We've got people jumping in the chat like Lauren, Stanton, Philip, Dahl, Christelle, Ricard, or Richard. I'm not sure how to say that last one. It's probably just Richard. I overcomplicated a simple thing. Don't do that. But we do have Sam Peterson moderating in the chat, and I can't talk today. But what I can do is tell you a little bit about the XD challenge that is happening here at behance.net/challenge/XD. Hit the big blue button, get involved, get your starting files, which are always linked in the description to this video so you can watch it on replay. But scroll all the way down to the bottom and start chatting with the community. That is the XD Discord server with over 60,000 creatives. It's where you're going to post your work and you get review and feedback if you keep coming to these challenges. Hey, let's jump over to our starting files. Speaking about challenges, we're on challenge number 6 today. And our challenge prompt is to combine typography and black and white imagery to create a vintage website that's inspired by dinner menus of the past. That's going to be a super fun one. So actually have a couple of inspirations down here. We're going to do ours much more minimal with black and white, but I'll show you how to throw a little color into them. But kind of these cool, fun, retro, vintagey kind of menus. Let's make a website that looks like that. That could be fun. That could be super cool. You always have your resource booklet that's made out of components and states that you can click through to get some stuff, and we are ready to go. I have a starting artboard called Retro Website here, and it is 1366 by 760. So not a full 1920 by 1080. We don't need that. It's a little too wide for me. We're gonna be right here about 1366. And I have these two cute little starting illustrations, and actually pulled these from an Illustrator file. Did you know that you can open up Illustrator files in XD? If I just right click and I open up that Illustrator file in XD, it's going to do all that work and turn them into, well, they are vector art in XD, but I can grab each one of them now as these grouped SVGs and I can play with them like that. So we got the little taco, the ice cream. We're going to use a few more of these because they're super fun, super cute. All right. So why don't we actually grab a few more? And the only reason you didn't get all of them is, I don't know why you didn't get all of them. Sorry. We have the ice cream. We have the taco. I like this little other ice cream, excuse me, the waffle. And I like this little drink. Let's bring these over. We'll close our file, full screen this, and pop these in place. Oh, they're so cute. I love them so much. All right, we're gonna move them over here off canvas, and let's just shrink them down to be initially kind of a similar size as our other ones. And we're using, this is kind of an off black. Let's go a little deeper, and we'll just 1F, 1F, 1F. We'll add it there. And why don't we Command Shift Y, bring over to our colors and add that black in there, right? We don't need any of these things in here. These are from previous challenges. Somehow they got turned into components and left in our file. That's okay. All right, so now all of them can have that same black color. We're just going to keep everything very consistent. Let's move this over, and I have a few more assets. You could just do this pure black and white, which would be fun, but I have some textures I might want to use. I got this nice kind of grainy paper texture. I have another one that's a little bit more chill. I'll tell you what, let's start with this more grainy one. I'm going to pop it in. It's really big, so let's zoom out, and I'm just going to pop it to the top left-hand corner, zoom out even more, and shrink it down to be about the width of our artboard. And then I'm going to actually drag, I think we're probably going to be a little bit longer here with our website. So let's drag this down and let's grab another one of these and just connect them here at the bottom. We'll group them together and press Command L. I've locked that in place. You can see it's locked because we got that nice little lock symbol in our layers panel. Okay, cool. What do we want to do here? Actually, let's unlock this. It might be a little intense. I'm going to bring the opacity of it down to about 55, and I'm going to lock it back up. What I'm really thinking is just a fun, like a lot of cool, like black boxes, black text, and then we'll throw maybe a pop of color at the end. It could be really, really fun. But first, let's explore some typography. I actually have Adobe Fonts open, which is a great place to go to find fonts. One of my favorite ways to find different fonts and type to use in here is to go to the font packs right here. We can just hit font packs and it's going to take us to all these really fun examples. They're all kind of collections, aggregated collections of things that kind of make sense together. And I found a few really fun ones, like this top 10 one here comes with Cooper Black and Dolly. I'm looking for some retro styles, but I also want to have something that's a little bit more chill, a little bit of fun. I really like this dimensional delights, I'm definitely going to use this one because I really love this bungee shade. I think that could be a fun retro menu kind of thing. And then let's see, I had another one called the First Impression Power Pack, which is really fun. Now, if you like any of these fonts or you like all of them, you could click into the individual font by viewing the family, right? Or you can just activate all the fonts. There's 18 fonts here. All I have to do is click this beautiful toggle switch, turn them on, and I'm gonna get a little notification down here in the right-hand corner that says you've activated some fonts. And then Adobe CC is gonna do its job in the background, activate them on my system, boom, they're all in play. I found a couple of other ones like Eloquent JF that I really like. I'm just gonna throw you some ones. This is one of my favorites, all round Gothic. So it's gonna have some fun, round, cute, kind of shapes in the characters, but still has that kind of Gothic style. So let's use some of these. Oh, I also really like this one, Briller. Not sure if we'll use it, but it's got kind of a retro vibe. It's a little bit more on the crisp side, but it has lots of weights. I always recommend finding fonts that have multiple weights if you can. I just think that's going to end up better. And now let's talk about pairing some typography. I'm going to hit T for text, and I think I have that bungee typography selection already loaded up. So let's write something like retro food. I'll do this in all caps like that, and I'll pull it down, and let's just apply. Let's apply our black. Let's just make everything black. So now you can really see it. It's nice and punchy. It's a fun style. I like it. I think I have my caps lock on, but if you were going to do lowercase, which I think this font only comes in uppercase, if you all you have to do is turn on the all uppercase all the time, if that's what you really want. Let's drag another piece up here. What was the other one? All round Gothic, I think is what we called that one. So why don't we do something like, let's find all round Gothic there. I like this one. And let's move it back from bold, and we'll drop it to more of like a book, or maybe we'll go to demi. Not really sure. Let's try demi. I like it. We want a little bit of contrast between these, right? And we're definitely going to get contrast through size. One of them is kind of like open, the other one is closed. I kind of like this. I'm into it. I'm probably going to do a little bit of character spacing, and that's just going to be to separate the characters just a little bit like that. And then let's write something like craft beer and fine food. Okay, craft beer and ooh, let's do an ampersand, see what we get. Ooh, that's a nice one. And fine food. Okay, that's really cool. But I do think we will go back up to book. I think it just gives us that little bit more contrast, a little bit more contrast there. Let's put these two together. I really like them, and let's group them together. Now, interesting to note that in XD, there's different ways to place your text. I have both of these in an auto width text, right? So as the text expands and they're both centered, it's just going to kind of spread out the size. Now, if I put it in auto height, I will say, what are the constraints of left and right? And it'll grow, really great for paragraphs. Or we can draw and define with no expansion, vertical or horizontal, just draw an old school text box if we want to. This is gonna work for us, I like it. Why don't we just zoom out and let's pop this right in the center top kind of. And let's start drawing our lines here. So I'm gonna hit R for rectangle and draw out a nice big box that I think might fit it. Make sure it's in the center. And I'm gonna use that black for my border and bring up the size of the border. We got it about 2 pixel border on the side using that black. Now, instead of turning my fill off, that can get a little tricky because now I can't select anything. And I always have to select this little tiny sliver of the border. I'd rather put the border on and then bring the transparency all the way down. Now I can always select this object. Little fun trick for you. I'm gonna make sure that this thing is at the bottom, and let's rename our background. I'll just put BG here to make sure it's staying at the back. And we want to have some space from the top. Let's do like 26 pixels from the top, and let's make sure our text lockup stays center. I'm going to optically just kind of balance it. It looks a little interesting to me. Let's bring the sides in. I like that. I think it's a little bit big for our text, so I'm going to scale it down just a tad bit because I'm going to draw another box, and I'm going to put it 26 pixels from the left and right hand edge. I'm just making up these numbers as I go along. You find the sizes you want to do. Now, when you're creating boxes and you want them all to be flush, I have a 2-pixel border. So I'm going to need to make sure that I kick my boxes out that extra 2 pixels so they overlap. If that makes you feel yucky and uncomfortable because things are overlapping and you'd rather have them butt up, that's okay. That's cool. You do you. You could do it with lines, do however you want, but the box trick and overlapping works for me. I'm going to grab that box and put it over here on this other side. You guessed it, 1, 2. Now we have those overlapping lines. No funkiness there, okay? All right, this is looking pretty good. This is kind of like the top of our menu / website. Let's draw some navigation items, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. I'm gonna grab these this box and shrink it down to make a nav item. And I'm going to drag it all the way across. And then you'd spend some time really drilling down and making these sizes perfect, but I'm just going to grab the width here really quickly and just divide it by 5, right? Because that's going to give me something close to 5 nav items. Now I should be able to just pop these out and move them back twice. I'm going to grab 2 of them. I could do a repeat grid here if I want to, but this works for me. I'm going to do 1 more. And then again, it's a little bit off. That's fine. I'll just cheat, right? We could be a little bit more exact. And now I want my boxes to actually line up, right? So we're making this fun kind of retro line grid. I'm going to show you a couple fun tricks to really bring the whole thing together. So let's bring this one over and then 1, 2. All right, so we're kind of building the top of our website. And now what I really want is some sort of separating element. But before I do that and get too far, let's put a couple of these cute little pieces inside that we have here, right? So let's grab, ooh, watch out now. I'm going to open these up and get all of my cute characters out so they are alone by themselves. I'm going to bring the taco and just size him down. Ah, he's so adorable. I'm going to pop him right in one of our spots. And let's do an ice cream because you can't go wrong with an ice cream. Actually, let's do this. What, like chocolate milk probably? Let's do chocolate milk because he's a absolutely adorable little character as well. Retro characters, pop them in and use our alignment tools to center, okay? We got to go fast because we are going to run out of time if we have too much fun because I'm just having tons of fun. I'm going to select this all-round Gothic, which I really love. And what you want to do with typography as much as you can is you want to reuse styles. So I really like this. I'm going to pop this right in here. Let's do something like home, okay? We're going to make a navigation item here and pop it right in the middle. Now, I shouldn't have duplicated those because what I'm probably going to do here is group it together. And I'm going to name it nav item, and I'm going to press Command K and make a component out of it. And later on, I'm going to come back and create probably some hover states out of this thing. Why don't we just do a hover state right now? Okay, I'm going to hit here and create a hover state with that hover animation already baked in. What do I want to do with this? I probably just, let's pick an accent color and see what we could do here. All right, so I'm going to bring the opacity all the way up, and then let's pick a color. I think orange could kind of be like a fun retro color. It'll just be like a nice orangish color, okay? And that'll be hover, and that'll be default. We like it. Okay, really quickly, really fast, let's come in and delete these other ones here, and we will just bring all of our nav items out. And we don't have time to change all of the titles of the nav items, so we're just gonna cheat a little bit, and I will just extend that one out and cheat a little bit. All right, that works for us. Now let's do a fun separating item, like a retro kind of thing. I'm gonna hit L, for line, and draw a little line here. Let's make sure it's using our black color. And then I'm going to use good old repeat grid. So let's zoom in and see what I'm about to do. I have this fun diagonal line. I've turned it into a repeat grid. I'm just going to drag it across and let's tighten them up, right? So we're making this fun kind of pattern here. And then that's going to like span across the entirety of like kind of our containing element. But first, I'm going to grab another one of our rectangles, bring it down, get it in place, because we want to kind of use this as a mask, right? We don't want to have these things flying out in the middle of nowhere. We want there to be a containing element. So let's grab both of them, and then we'll right click and we'll say mask. Whoa, where are you here? Turn you on, fill, thank you. And where's our repeat grid? We're gonna put this, we'll just put this above, and we'll grab both of them, and let's say mask with shape. Boom, just like that, okay? Now, we probably should come in here, and we need something else inside of our shape, which is gonna be, a little containing element, just like so. Because when you make the mask in Adobe XD takes away all possible styles, right? So we don't want that. So why don't we, we're gonna have to move our little repeat grid over inside, and let's zoom in if we can and see if we can get a little bit more work done here on this. Let's go height here. Let's go height. Oh no, that's height for the repeat grid. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna bring the entire mask down around everything to make up for my mess up, which is not making my diagonal line thing the right size. That was my mess up, but this will work. Our mask group should cut anything and everything off like so. That's looking like what we want. Let's one more time here though, take our repeat grid and see how it's overlapping. So it's just kind of falling over the edge. It's exactly what we want. Let's put that right in place. That looks really good. Let's have some more typography fun here, shall we? Let's build like some cards. We're gonna build UI cards in a retro way. It's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna grab this card here, and these cards are gonna have buttons. They're gonna be interactive. It's gonna be really, really fun. So we're gonna have like maybe a sidebar over here that has some sort of visual element inside. Let's grab our waffle, because how adorable is this waffle, by the way? And then I'm going to just kind of reuse, right? Let's recycle, reuse, and reduce here, folks, and grab our text. And I'm gonna switch these up. So let's bring this thing on top. Beautiful. Our fun, what was this one called? Bungee. And we're using the shade version of Bungee, right? Not Bungee regular, so that it's filled. Although, how good is that? We could make it a little bit, actually, this is good because we're doing usability and fun typography at the same time. We're going to shrink this down, so we need it to be really visible. Whereas this is going to be really good for large typography, right? Because it kind of pops a little bit more at a large size. This one needs probably to fill it in, and we're using variations of the type, which I love. Let's call this one, who doesn't love chicken and waffles? Come on, we're gonna do auto height text and bring that in, and we'll change the line height, chicken and waffles, like that. Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay, let's grab our headline and move it up, and let's take this, and what is it, like 950 calories. I'm just making stuff up as we go. I have no idea if chicken and waffles is 900 calories. It's got to be more. But now let's do like a really fun button, right? Like inside, but we want that button to still look retro. So I just copied and pasted the box. We'll bring it down here. I'll take this box that I just made, copy and paste it. It's all about creating little separations here. Look at this. This is going to be fun. Let's grab our all-round Gothic and let's reuse that as our title. So I'm going to pop this in here. Paste, beautiful, and we can bring the size up. When it's auto size text, I just drag from the bottom and I get like the ability to increase or decrease size. So how much is chicken and waffles? Like let's do $12.99, and let's bring this up from book to demi, just playing with size. And, you know, when you play with typography, have fun, use lots of different sizes. I'm gonna grab a little arrow here from my icon program that I use, and I'm gonna pop this in, and what do we got? We got us a fun little button right here that we're gonna have to go, we'll call this one CTA and make a component out of it. And let's see, let's come in here. What color did we have? This is this orange color. That should go in our palette as well. And let's turn that back because we want the same thing here. So this is going to be our new button, and it's going to also have a hover state. What's the hover state look like, folks? I definitely think it would be fun if we move this, and let's bring, I don't know, let's bring the size of this button out some. No, that's weird. We'll just do the background of it, right? We'll bring this up and switch it to the orange. I like that. That could be simple. Let's do that. We'll just do a little bit of animation in. Just a little bit of fun interaction like that. Okay, so far so good. We should be able to press play on our prototype and get some hovers out of these. And then as we scroll down, we get this fun little interaction. Hello, we're building websites that look like retro menus. I'm gonna grab this whole thing, boom, like that, and I'm just gonna duplicate it. Let's do another little menu item card, and this time we will do pizza. No, we'll do ice cream. Let's do ice cream cones. Ice cream cones. Okay, gonna press Command X to get it out of the way. pop it in here, and boom, replace it with our ice cream cone. Okay. Yes. Let's go ice cream. What's retro ice cream? Like, oh, dipped ice cream bar. That would be like a retro thing you would see. Cool. So we could pop that one in there. How fun is this? Okay. Let's do something else. Let's do a different one. We're going to bring another box down here, and I just had a good idea. Like, I had a happy little, accident up there as I rounded one of the corners, but that gave me a really good idea. So I'm going to come in here first before we do our good idea, and I'm going to grab our text again, but this time I'm going to probably ditch the bungee shade, and I'm going to go big on all round Gothic. So let's try bold here, because we just got to mix it up and have some fun. Okay, so let's do something like, what do we do here? Pizza by the slice. Pizza by the slice. And we're going to have some typography fun here. So I'm going to push this over to the side. Let's go increase the size of this and fit it in place. And then we need some body copy. So let's grab the all-round Gothic that was above it and paste it below, like so. And let's take it off all caps. All caps is fun and great for subheadlines, headlines, stuff like that. But when we're doing body copy, you gotta, ooh, I zoomed way out. You gotta go back to normal capitalization, right? So let's create auto height text, and we'll spread this out like so, left aligning everything. And I don't have any lorem ipsum, so I'm just gonna, whoa, I'm gonna do a lot of this. Boom. I'm just craft beer. It looks horrible. Why? Because the line height is much too small. If you're ever looking for, oh, we really should get some lorem ipsum. Yes, let's go have a slice of our famous pizza and get it hot. It's, I don't know, cheesy and amazing. All right, so let's duplicate that at least, because that's a little bit better. Spell check. Thank you, XD. Boom. Now we're just, it's not absolute, just 2 words repeated over and over and over. How much do you have to talk about pizza by the slice? Not that much, I'll tell you. Okay, let's zoom out and let's get our pizza in. It's looking really good. Let's bring him up like so. And I really like that button of ours, so why don't we see if we can bring one in? Yeah, so there's like kind of like a featured menu item here. And look, it's like naturally responsive. Look how fun that is. Love it. And we could have had like a lot of fun and tried to like stagger the text around the pizza or did something like that. But this is fine. This works. I think we're doing a fun thing, a spicy little retro menu kind of thing. Let's just bring him up in the center. And look, let's bring our separating element down below. Look how cool that is. Okay, we're running out of time here, folks, but I'm just having so much fun doing this. I was hoping to do one more thing where I could put like an our story section, down here. And maybe I can do it super duper fast. Left align everything, put it like that, and do something like our story. Here it is. And pop that into the left, and then do some images in some kind of interesting masks I thought would be fun. So like you could do like take a rectangle and draw a fun rectangle out like this, and then let's draw a square, and I'm going to turn it diagonal, like 45 degrees diagonal, and let's come up and do a little bit of Pathfinder work, shall we? Zoom out if I can get my mouse to work here. All right, good. Let's bring this up so it's kind of hinged right on the corner like that, and then we'll subtract. So we get these fun little clipped edges. How cool is that? And now you could grab like an image and drag it in, and obviously we want everything to be really black and white, right? So we could click into the mask. We should be able to click into the mask. There you go, and kind of reset it the way like we want it. And then let's go into our blending modes and go down to, what is it? Color? Or I think maybe it's saturation. No, wait, luminosity. That one works. Boom. Now we just made it kind of like grayscale and fun, which is really cool. So let's pop that out, drag it down. You could do 2 more like long ones here, which would be really fun. And just kind of, I don't know. That's, you have fun with it. But I just thought those little corner chips would be kind of cool, kind of fun. So let's stretch this down and we'll replace it with some other images real quick. And let's do one like this. Beautiful. Okay, so now we built a fun little retro thing, and I didn't have time to fix the navigations, but let's press play and see how our our prototype worked out. We got some fun little hovers. The real fun hovers are these guys right here. And we're just adding little pops of color in certain spots. Whoa, we'd have to fix that guy because we stretched it out, right? But look how fun the navigation and all the little elements could be. And we did that all in Adobe XD using some fun typography. I hope you enjoyed that. We don't have time today to do our reviews of stuff, but we will do, double reviews tomorrow. I can't wait to see your retro food-inspired websites, all black and white, maybe pop a color in there, but meet me back here for the XD Challenge. Same place, same time with me, your host, Jesse Showalter, and we'll continue on with our 36 days of type here on Adobe Live. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.